I'm narrator 1.
I'm narrator 2.
I'm Betsy Rose.
I'm Robert Morris.
I'm Corona Rose.
I'm George Washington.
Can you imagine being one of the 16, 17 children in the same family, born right in the middle as number 8? That was Elizabeth. We know her as Betsy Ross.
Betsy finished school at age 12. She was apprenticed out to upholsterer where she learned to trade. She also met another apprentice there, John, who became
Upholsterer.
apprentice there, John, who became her good friend and later her husband.
John and Betsy started an upholstery business, but like many others, John joined the Philadelphia militia as a patriot to stand up against the British before the Revolution reached Philadelphia. Unfortunately, while John was guarding the supplies, the ammunition caught fire and exploded, hurting John terribly.
Betsy tried to nurse John back to health, but he died January 21st, 1776. Since she was a strong woman, she managed to keep the business going. Years later, after losing a second husband to the Revolutionary War and marrying for the third time, Betsy told stories from her life to her children and grandchildren. This is one of those stories when Betsy gets company.
Well, what do you know, George Washington? I thought you were on a trip.
We're glad you're here today, Betsy.
And look who is with you, Uncle George, or should I say, Colonel Rose?
Hello, Betsy.
And this is our friend Robert Morris. He co-owns Willing Morris and Company, a shipping banking business. But more importantly, he's a brilliant man and a generous patriot.
Hello, it's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Thank you, the pleasure is mine. Come into the parlor behind the store here and I will get you some refreshments.
Thank you, Betsy.
So Betsy took care of her guests, then asked,
You all look very official today. Is there something on your minds?
I was just telling Robert here about how you embroidered ruffles for my shirt not long ago and what a fine patriot your husband John was before he passed away. But that's not why we came.
I see. So, am I to guess why you are here?
Certainly not. We are the New Flag Community.
New Flag Committee?
Well, I have told people that there ever since I met you at the Christ Church and found out you had an upholstery business that you could sew anything, chair cushions, shirts, ruffles, even turkeys.
That's right.
Oh, George.
So we were wondering, would you be willing to sew a new flag?
Is there a problem with the Grand Union flag?
Haha, is there a problem, Robert? Tell her our problem, please.
As you know, the Grand Union flag has a small British Union Jack in the upper left-hand corner. So to some it looks like it's related to Britain. Unfortunately, when we began to fly that flag, many of our people thought it meant George Washington was going to surrender to the British.
I can't tell that story without laughing. Even though I know it's not funny, I just get so tickled thinking about people believing that George Washington could ever surrender. They sure don't know George.
Thank you, I think.
You're welcome, my friend.
So we knew we needed a new flag and we needed it soon. George suggested you might show us a new flag.
I've never made a flag before, but it can't be much harder than some of the unholstering or other showing I've done. Maybe it will be more interesting. What did you have in mind?
I have a suggest. Drawing here from Francis Hopkinson. Mr. Hopkinson is from New Jersey. He is a very detailed man and with a creative mind.
George Washington removed the drawing from his coat pocket and placed it on the table for Betsy to see.
What do you think about drawing Mrs. Sue and Sue?
Mrs. Sue and Sue, to be perfectly honest, I think it needs some help. First of all, the proportions are wrong.
I wonder about that. How did you mean?
This drawing is of a square flag. A flag really should be 1/3 longer than its wide.
More like this?
Yes, that's right. You are very good at drawing flags, George. Maybe you should make it.
I used to be a surveyor, but I'm not a seamstress.
I will never tell.
And I suppose you don't want to see a new flag either. Colonel Shield and Shield.
Who, me? Asked Robert.
Mr. Morris,
No, thank you. I will pay for it, but I won't sew it.
well, it would look much better if we cleaned up the design at least too.
You mean the stars or the stripes?
The stars. First, they are scattered about all over the blue field. It will look like a more unified design if the stars are in lines or in a circle.
I like the idea of being unified. What if we put the stars in a circle? Like this?
That's very good, George. But the drawing by Mr. Hopkinson shows 6 points the star, and you have done the same thing. If you change the shape to the 5-point star, I will show you how one can be made with just one snip of the scissors. That way you can have your flag sooner.
So Betsy showed them how to make a 5-pointed star by folding the paper a special way and making just one cut with the scissors.
The men were impressed.
I told you Betsy was the right one for the job. That's a perfect star. Very clean, nice lines. I don't think I can draw it that perfectly, but a 5-pointed star somehow looks stronger.
I never thought of that. I learned how to make these when I was a girl. I see you have design now, George. Good proportions, 5-pointed stars in a circle. What do we know now?
Robert and I were discussing that while you two were working on the design. Robert has a successful shipping business with a ship docked at the port of Philadelphia.
That's right. And if you think it could have, I have a flag in the sea chest that you may borrow to see how it is swing. We will also have a painted drawing for you to see the color and proportion.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Morris.
And of course, I pay for all your supplies as well as your time. I can see you are a very gifted woman.
Thank you, sir. I am honored to be able to use my skills for just a worldwide cause.
You are a real poet, Betsy. And at least this flag won't make people that George Washington is considering surrender.
Not when the stars and the stripes are waving independence.
The stars and stripes did wave independence proudly, Betsy's daughter Rachel wrote.
Mother went diligently to work upon his flag and soon finished it and returned it, the first star-spangled banner that was ever made, to her employers.
The new flag apparently did a test run up the peak of one of Mr. Morris' ship. Betsy's daughter Rachel also writes.
It was received with shouts of applause by the few bystanders who happened to be looking on.
The, the new flag committee carried the Betsy Ross flag into Congress.
where it were unanimously approved.
The next day, Colonel Rose called upon Betsy Rose to tell her the good news.
They loved it, Betsy. Did you enjoy making the new flag?
I surely did. I can't think of the better use of my sewing skill. And I still can't believe people explored the first time they saw the stars and strips.
They did, and I'll relive it. You enjoyed it the word. We need to keep making flags, as many as you can, Mrs. Sue and Sue. Sew one flag and sew another and another. Just sew and sew. Please don't stop sewing flags.
It's my honor and my job. Imagine I get paid to make 540 stars with one snip.
So Betsy continued to make flags for the United States government.
For over 50 years.
The
end.
end.
Thank you very much.